Hey, 7 Ways to Wealth family, welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to dive right in. I want to talk about diversification. What is diversification? Diversification is when you have several different investments, but you have decided to diversify those investments into different industries or different sectors. That's what diversification is, and it is super important when you are an investor, when you are a business owner, when you are an entrepreneur, or even in your personal life. So when it comes to diversification, you want to be in several different industries. For example, you want to have stocks, but you also want to be invested into real estate, but you also want to be invested into businesses. So that's a form of diversification. You don't want to have your entire net worth or all your money into stocks when there's potential for you to earn an ROI in real estate. There's a potential for you to earn an ROI by being a business owner. So you want to, with your net worth, you want to diversify by doing certain things like allocating certain funds to different sectors. For example, if you had 100% of your money, let's just say that it was $1 million. Well, you want $300,000 to be in stocks, you want $300,000 to be in real estate, and you want $300,000 to be invested into a business. Okay, and then that a remaining $100,000, you want that in some type of savings or emergency funds for those three different investments. So that is an example of diversification, because that $1 million is split into 4 ways. 100 or 10% of it is in savings for an emergency fund for those other 3 investments, okay, which is real estate, stocks, and business. When it comes to diversification, like I said, you can diversify in these big sectors, but then you can go even further and be more diversified microly in those certain sectors. So, for example, with real estate, you can be diversified and you can be in real estate, but there's several different types of real estate. So you can diversify even more by having these 3 different types of investment. 1, you can have short-term rentals. 2, you can have long-term rentals. And 3, you can be invested into REITs. REITs are real estate investment trusts that are publicly traded on the stock market, and that makes you a passive investor. So you can be an active investor, a passive investor when it comes to real estate. That's why diversification is so important, because you want to be diversified in an industry, but then you want to be further diversified within the industry. Okay, so now let's talk about business and entrepreneurship. When it comes to business and entrepreneurship, what you want to do is you want to be diversified within that sector too. And the way you can do that is by 1, being an angel investor or a silent investor in a business, and then 2, and so that is passive, and then 2, being more active and hands-on by being a CEO of a company. So you can either buy into businesses or you can create your own business. That is another form of diversification. And there's several different businesses. So you can be into e-commerce, or you can be into a brick and mortar. So you can be online or offline. So you want to decide which type of strategy is best for you, but it doesn't have to be either or. It could be both and, right? So you can be online and offline, okay? And the next one is when we are talking about stocks, right? When we're talking about stocks, we all know that the stock market is huge, right? And so you want to be diversified within that portfolio. And so the asset allocation that I recommend that is going to give you the best type of diversification is 1, investing into index funds. Why? Because an index fund is going to give you diversification. You are going to, for example, if you're invested in the S&P 500, you are going to be invested into the top 500 companies versus 1. Okay, so that's diversification. But then you want different types of indexes. So for example, you want to be domestic, which is here in your nation, let's just say it's the United States, but then you also want to be international, right? Because there are other countries that have companies that are doing big things, like Samsung, like Mercedes, like Alibaba. Those are big billion-dollar companies that are doing big things. And if you are not invested internationally, you're not going to get a piece of that pie. So you want to be in an international index as well as an emerging market. Those are smaller countries like China that are up and coming that you are able to invest in those companies as well. And then you want to do REITs, which is going to put you into real estate passively, right? And then lastly, you want to do some type of safety measure, which is stock, which is bonds, right? Bonds that are inflation protected, right? So those are an example of where you can allocate your funds in order to practice the best type of diversification. So I encourage you to diversify your portfolio, diversify your investments, diversify your money, okay? Have it spread it out in different places so that you can protect yourself just in case that there is, you know, a downturn in the market, or if there's any type of war, natural disaster, or anything can happen. So you want to be diversified. If the real estate market crashed, then guess what? The stock market may still be thriving and your business may still be thriving. So you are safe because you don't have all of your eggs in one basket. I hope that the tips that I provided in this video helps. If you like this type of content, subscribe to the channel, 7 Ways to Wealth, where we bring you wealth building tips, and hit that notification bell so that you're notified when we drop a new video every single week. So I'll see you in the next video.